Good morning, good afternoon. Thanks for attending the Oracle Integration Partner Community webinar. I'm Jürgen Kress, part of the Oracle Product Management team. In case you missed one of our webcasts, on-demand recordings are available at Oracle Video Hub, including presentation for download. In today's presentation, Madhav and Praveen will give us an introduction in Oracle Rapid Adapter Builder. Welcome and thanks for joining. Hello, good morning, Praveen.
Hey there.
So Praveen, what is an Oracle adapter and why do we need it?
So it's the way in Oracle Integration Cloud, it is the way you will be connecting to any of SaaS or on-premise applications. And there are tons of adapters available out of the box, so you'll be able to, without which it makes connectivity so easy. And it makes it all seamless, where you don't have to deal with all the internal APIs and stuff like that. Yeah.
Excellent, thanks. Good afternoon, Madhav.
Hey Jürgen.
Thanks for joining. What is Rapid Adapter Builder and what can you do with it?
So it's, this is a framework where the partners or ISVs or customers can go ahead and build their own adapter, with the applications that they wanted to.
Cool. So you can, if you have a application that you need to connect multiple times, you can build your own adapter and then you can easily do it by plug and play.
Right.
And besides that, you can build any kind of custom integrations with REST or SOAP. Okay.
Of course, yes.
So like Praveen stated, SaaS services like ERP, HCM, and CX need to be connected. Oracle Integration offers certified adapters and pre-built connectivity. Our objective of today's call is to introduce Rapid Adapter Builder, so you can build your own adapters for your own solution. Let's get started. Please pay attention to the Oracle Safe Harbor statement. Please block and tweet only about services and functionality which is available today. Housekeeping, please feel free to post your questions via the conference Q&A tool or Twitter #PassCommunity. At the end of the webcast, we will answer them. Slides are available at our partner community website and are also going to be published, including the video for on-demand view at Oracle Video Hub. Please share your feedback via conference Zoom at the end of the webcast. For today's agenda, I will kick off the webcast with a quick update on the latest community activities and then hand over to Praveen and Madhav, who will introduce the Rapid Adapter Builder, including live demos and the opportunity for you as a partner for the business and go-to-market. So Oracle Integration 3, we had the latest update on the 22 and 24 release. That's the February and April release. Neil Kominski and myself did run the webcast last week. If you missed it, it's available on demand. Many use cases require hybrid integrations with custom built solutions on premises and in the cloud. And our next customer success webcast will be with Cognizant, and they will introduce a paper and use cases for hybrid integration, including best practice patterns and a demo. If you are a SaaS partner and if you are looking for connectivity for ERP, HCM, and CX, please join us for a webcast series, which is specifically for SaaS partners who want to use Oracle Integration. Certification for Oracle Integration is available for the Sales, Solution, and Implementation exam. Please use the exam study guides to prepare for it and attend an implementation bootcamp to get trained and certified. The bootcamp is a 3-day hands-on workshop, which is free of charge for Oracle SaaS partners and consultants who want to implement HCM, CX, and ERP. The goal of the training is that you can build your own integration and the proof of concept and to become certified. For details, please see the community newsletter. Upcoming dates in April include Asia, in May, US, and EMEA. For the latest updates, please read the partner community newsletter. There you can find all the certifications, all the upcoming events, plus technical articles, plus the community resources. We also updated our community website with the latest information, so please register for the community website. Today's webcast is live and recorded and will be available on demand, including slides at Oracle Video Hub. So please subscribe to our channel. With that, At the Video Hub channel, there are plenty of webcasts available, like the last community webcast we run on AI and integration, or advanced capabilities for Oracle integration, many other topics like healthcare or B2B. So please subscribe to the channel. With that short introduction, I would like to hand over to Praveen. Praveen, thanks and welcome to our webcast.
Thank you. Hi, all. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are across the globe. So this is going to be a hands-on session on Rapid Adapter Builder. So we'll start off, create the context, and try to actually do a demo. And you're welcome to ask questions, as many as you can. So there's no easy question or simple question, so you can ask whatever. So I have, my name is Praveen. I'm Senior Director of Product Management in Integration Cloud. And I have my colleagues, Madhav, who is also, who works on connectivity and pre-built integration. Jürgen, you are more familiar. So let's set some context what we are trying to actually do, right? Any application, data, or service portfolio may involve both SaaS and on-premise applications. Either at Oracle, we either use Oracle infrastructure or third-party infrastructure. And there could be a lot of other services also across, and we need connectivity among all this. We might be using different data platforms, different dev integration tools, and we can do analytics and AML on top of that, right? So Oracle Integration Cloud is able to resolve all this, and it is a fully managed iPaaS with pre-built integrations and a bunch of core capabilities that help us to really make the end-to-end integration much simpler. So we have application core component, which actually connects either SaaS or on-premise business applications. And through use of pre-built adapters and also integrations, which we'll talk towards the end, you'll be able to actually develop your business application 6 to 10 times faster because you don't have to deal with the complexity of talking to the low-level APIs, right? And we have B2B that supports EDI. We have support for both XML and EDIFACT. And also healthcare, this is sort of a relatively new thing where we are going to focus a lot on, which is it allows the developers to customize HL7 messages. And also you can talk to several remote healthcare applications, EMRs, example, Cerner, which is also an Oracle product, or other hospital management systems, both using FHIR and MLOP adapters, right? Process automation, I'm sure some of you might be using. It helps to actually build digital workforce capacity, and it also can automate processes like requisition to receive. Visual Builder is an extension where you can create a bunch of extensions to either your on-premise or SaaS applications. Unified observability, where we are going to provide a dashboard to monitor the status of integration flows, connectivity agents, email notifications, and whatnot, right? Anything and everything integration can do, we'll be able to provide that. With Oracle integration, we'll be able to achieve quicker results and get faster time to market with pre-built connectivity. Today's session is all about this, right? Pre-built connectivity. Because we have created OIC, Oracle integration, with cloud in mind, it's going to be a much simpler and clear experience, which can get more productive. The end-to-end observability provides clear insight of where we are in state of business, right? So Oracle integration comes with a bunch of adapters and pre-built solutions called recipes and accelerators, which enable us to connect to any application, access any data, anywhere, either in cloud or on-premise, right? So according to one of the research firms, average huge enterprise, bigger enterprises, you would need over 1,000 individual applications, right? If you see, why is this picture so complex? Because you're forced to connect to number of applications, and about 70% of organizations have adopted multi-cloud or hybrid cloud approaches, right? Which means what? So depending on what I like in a cloud, I might be picking their service. And unfortunately, we have about 80% of mission critical application still on-premises, right? What are the challenges we are trying to solve? So we have, as these applications get introduced to the industry, these applications need to work together because take example of opportunity to cash, you will see there could be several combinations of applications we can pick to provide an end-to-end solution to the customer, right? And from OEC standpoint, this is the bread and butter. You can actually create any of these integrations. Opportunity to cash, you can create from CX sales to NetSuite, CX sale to ERP, right? Or Salesforce to Oracle ERP, Salesforce to NetSuite. All these integrations require connectivity, and we have connectivity available out of the box. For folks who have used OIC extensively, we have over 100 plus out-of-box connectors available, which are called adapters in OIC, right? But as these applications grow tremendously, it's not always possible for Oracle Integration Cloud. So far, as you might all notice across the partner ecosystem also, Oracle has been only delivering these connectivity. It's not easy. There are ways where you can deliver connectivity or first native connectivity outside scope of Oracle, but it has not been easy to actually make it part of our Oracle ecosystem. So that's where the whole, when we talk about rapid adapter builder, it's not just creating native adapter for any of these enterprise applications. Our strategy and our vision is to make you part of the first class adapters, which means a customer, that's the advantage. We'll talk in more detail, but that is the value we are going to propose, where you not only will be able to quickly create an adapter, you will be taking it to next level to actually publish it, right? We have 100 plus, these are all factory Oracle delivered adapters. We have about 100 plus across multiple business areas, right? Yeah, if you look at any of ERP, CX, we cover literally almost everything and anything in market at HCM. And also we have a lot of integration to third-party IS. This is our newer initiative, which you might have seen in several forums, right? Newer initiative where we are actually being able to now connect to any of the third-party IS, which means your Salesforce to Adobe eSign integration, you will be able to solve it. And you want to publish that to a GCP, you'll be able to actually solve, right? And we have adapters across, we have about 100, but what we want, where we want to help you is by not only creating this native adapters yourself, you will be able to actually publish it and really potentially be able to monetize. So we're going to talk through how it's going to look. So that's why we want to take both experience today. We not only want to show how to create, we want to also talk through how you can publish into integrated store. And I will act as a customer who wants to use this adapter, take it to end to end, right? Why do I need a native adapter? So because our technology adapters are extremely strong. There's no question. There are only, I would say, it is not easy to find a use case which cannot be solved through technology adapters, right? There could be situations like, hey, I want a custom security model, stuff like that might come up, but from functional standpoint, there is not very many because it's very comprehensive. But why do I still need a native adapter, right? This is one of the questions Jürgen also started with. Why? Because I don't want to be in the business of understanding my target application. I want to be able to, because I want to be able to understand the business side of it than focusing on what APIs does it offer. So there is a tremendous opportunity for partners there to deliver seamless experience and automatic management of supported security policies, right? What does that mean? So we have comprehensive, if you have used it to connect to an endpoint that is REST, that exposes REST, you are restricted by what our adapters will actually, unless it's you are going to write a custom adapter that supports the story, right? Supports the security story there. And I don't want to be dealing with APIs and all that stuff. I want to go straight to objects, which you are going to see this example today. And it recognizes the endpoint. This is the beauty of this feature, right? So customize. So what we see as you actually get exposed to in one of these sessions, we'll do accelerator deep dive also, where you can create and deploy. Part of this creating integrations, out-of-box integrations, if the endpoints have changed, example, because you can go all out and customize any of these systems, right? You can customize ERP to the core, you can customize HCM. If you bring in those integrations, post you deploying these integrations, you have the option to what we call as bringing those customizations into these integrations, right? So those things, and you'll have better message flow because you are going to provide clarity on where this message is coming from and whatnot, right? And you can actually focus, you're going to deliver the next versions depending on the target application upgrades. Example, you will ERP example upgrades every quarter, right? Your adapter will also be, ServiceNow gets upgraded, let's say, every 2 months. Your adapter that you're going to deliver will also be customized along to that. So let's actually talk, let's jump in. What is REST? It is low code, and it's going to be a simpler approach to develop and deliver custom adapters, replacing the code-based SDK. Some of you who have actually created custom adapters in OIC know it's not an easy journey until this point, right? But OIC 3 for past few months, past 3 releases, you now have ability to literally deliver. I'm going to show that to you. Literally deliver an adapter in few days and really take it to the end where you can really ask the customer to start trying it from within your context itself, right? So we are changing how the custom adapters are going to be delivered. There may be questions here, are you going to support existing code base? No, we are not. It is going to be, we will work with you to help you to actually deliver these adapters on RAB because it's going to be the way forward. And it's REST-based, so you will see it's very tightly integrated with IDE, and we have chosen VS Code, and it's as simple as getting an extension that takes care of, that helps him not only development, but the rest of the story, right? Any IDE, semantic and syntactic validations. So we have been using for the past 3 releases, and we observe that it's going to cut down the development effort. There could be research, analysis, all that effort. That's not what we are talking. It could cut down the development effort by 60 to 70% compared to the SDK. And helps with iterative development. So this was not even a case until this point, right? Even if you did, there are so many challenges that we have to encounter to really resolve this. And it helps with iterative development where you're going to see the version and whatnot, right? And the key aspect is it is going to be exactly technical, exactly the same behavior, both from technical and behavior capabilities, right? As factory delivered adapters, but you will have luxury for your customer. Let's say if you can deliver for a customer or make it generic and potentially monetize those also, you are going to see all those. Who is RAP targeted at? Right? ISVs, we've already had few ISVs signed up and started delivering. Take example of Adobe eSign. They want to be in part of Oracle ecosystem. Right. So, and we are working with other partners who are doing something similar across different geographic locations where they want to be part of the Oracle ecosystem, which means what you are going to see is all the 6,000 OIC customers, 3,000 plus SaaS customers we have that use OIC, and about 17,000 instances, your adapter and your brand is going to be visible. And they will have opportunity to try it out. Let's talk through the life cycle shortly. And the second set of folks who can use is partners. Partners requiring to host an adapter for a specific application. This is what I was calling out earlier. if for a specific business case you want to deliver, or you want to do that repeated number of times or wider across. Hey, this you would create, let's say, not that we don't have Salesforce. Let's say you create a Salesforce app, right? You will be able to actually share it with a specific customer or across several customers, and you'll be able to then monetize that, right? SaaS vendors, we will be extensively doing this also, where we'll be working with other SaaS vendors to actually deliver connectivity out of box connectivity through Oracle integration. And the end customer, let's say you have custom applications that we talked about in our picture earlier. We talked about end customer having several endpoints, integration with several endpoints, right? But you have a custom application that you want to talk to several endpoints, you will be able to actually create that custom endpoint. Right? Now, let's talk about the two experiences, right? Producer and consumer. Who is the producer? You are going to be the producer. You are delivering the adapter. You are going to be the producer, and we'll talk through the life cycle, but it is as simple as you are going to be, needless to say, you're going to be an OPN partner, and you will submit a proposal and post your quick approval. You can start developing an adapter, stage and verify. You'll have opportunity to see how your end customer is going to see, and publish the adapter to the integration store, right? Consumer, I am the consumer of I'm customer X wanting to use your adapter directly. Previously, what used to happen, right? The customer used to have a connectivity agent. All the deliveries is going to change. And we have super exciting projects coming in where we are going to integrate the whole system with Oracle Cloud Marketplace also. I'll talk about that towards the end. That is one of the super exciting projects we are going to work on. And your end customer can start using the adapter right away. I'm going to show the demo of this, and they can uptake as a producer, when you deliver an adapter, your customer can uptake. Obviously, you need to make sure that you don't break them, right? Because your backward compatibility, all that stuff is taken care of. Let's actually start looking at the demo. So you will have so what I'm going to do is I have done some pre-steps already to make the demo more efficient. We'll focus on the key aspects. So most of you might be familiar with Postman collection. We'll be able to actually create a RAB-based adapter, either through a Postman collection or OpenAPI doc. So I have my VS Code already set up. I have installed my extension. So I have my Postman collection ready. And it is as simple as two key steps, right? One is to actually convert this Postman collection into what is called an ADD, which is adapter definition document. We'll go through in detail on what those artifacts are. And taking that adapter document and registering it in Oracle integration, and it would start showing up in the store, right? So I'm going to set up you would need to set up your Visual Code, would take the extension, take the Postman collection, and we are going to actually, obviously you will need to have access. You will create the environment. Hey, I want to use this instance, which you may already have, this instance to actually talk to OS, right? So because it's the API is already exposed as part of Oracle Integration 3, you'll be able to actually deploy these solutions already. So let's spend a couple of minutes, and I want to jump to the demo. So you're going to prepare your Postman collection, right? What does that really mean? So right? So you're going to prepare your Postman collection, and it is as simple as running it in the Postman collection, right? What is it doing? So there are a ton of things. It looks like I closed mine, but yeah, there are a ton of things. So there are a ton of things. It is going to prep up your whole story what are the business objects there? What are the operations that are available? And so, and what is the next step? I'm going to install the VS Code. I already have my VS Code available. So it's a clean state. So that's why we are starting everything from scratch, right? So you have this concept. So far we have introduced only two things. One is Postman collection, which most of us will be familiar with. Second is VS Code. And I have my extension installed already. So otherwise, I'll just go ahead and install my extension, right? It is as simple as this. I've already done that. And one thing to call out is, let's see our Postman collection. Yeah, it is already there. So one thing to call out here is your OIC instance. So it is as simple as just a file. It's called a YAML file that comes. It's a configuration file that comes with your story. All you have to do is, I'm not going to edit this, but all you have to do is edit, and it is as simple as 3 lines. Say this is the OIC instance I want to talk to. It's going to actually say that, right? Just a quick summary. You have your Postman collection. You generate your Postman collection. You go to this, and you have everything set up right now, right? So let's look at the Postman collection. So this is my Postman collection. If you look at it, there are some tens of objects. I believe there are about 27 objects. And this can easily get a little complicated for this demo. So what we have done is we have created a small version of the Postman collection, right? Where I'm going to focus on just 3 objects. But otherwise, in real world, these are all the objects that you are going to use. And we will mimic, I'm going to show you. So you are in VS Code and you have generated your Postman collection. Let's go back to our presentation. What is it doing, right? There are 4 key directories there in our VS Code. One is API. This is where all your documents, Open API references, and all that stuff go. Definitions, this forms the heart. This is the generated one. This is what you are using wrap for, right? You are going to create what is called an EDD, which is adapter definition document. This is the heart of the whole thing, which is going to get generated based off your Postman collection. You will see this in demo. And resources will hold your adapter icon and any of your internationalization files, your resources. And publisher.yaml, which I was showing you earlier, maintains the instance information, right? What is AD? Let's actually go ahead and start creating our instance. So go to the folders. First of all, I want to set up my instance. What do? I just go to my command palette, initialize my workspace. So you see these folders were created, and this is what my workspace is, right? API, definitions, miscellaneous, and resources. All these are created. So where will my Postman collection end up in, right? So all this will be automated, some kind of, but it is as simple as for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually copy this in the miscellaneous section, my existing Postman collection. So what I'm picking is the one we have generated earlier, right? So which is, and it would obviously show up here in the miscellaneous. And it is as simple as convert this into the document, right? Convert it into ADD. So, and here, what are we trying to do here? So here, these are the 3 objects. Remember, in our Postman collection, we had 3 objects, And for folks who have used the connectivity, there are two things, right? One is what, when I create a connection out of factory adapter today, you have, before you save the connection, you have to test the connection, right? This is what is mimicking. I have picked 3 objects and I want to see, hey, my test connection is going to call this. And we are going to see this all in runtime also. And I go create the, right. So your ADD is created. So let's go back to our story. So what is ADD, right? This forms the heart of the solution. ADD is the core component for the RAB infrastructure. And it is a JSON-based metadata file that models adapter. The whole story, how you want to define your adapter, is all created here. And it defines how the adapter is designed and run, right? It is automatically generated for you, and you can customize to some extent. What are the areas that we are going to customize, right? One is info section. It defines the branding of adapter. So we're going to go in detail. And schemas is, it defines the contracts which the triggers and action with the OIC orchestration are created. Connection is one thing where you define your connection parameters, what need to be mandated, how your UI is going to look like when I created a connection out of this adapter. All that stuff is actually detailed here. And triggers, actions, all these things. Categories are the business objects. Flows is what defines, say, for this connection, I want to use this test flow. And where do you define that? It is all done in flows, right? Let's look at the ADD, which is info section. What is this info section? It has all the details about the adapter. So in this scenario, we are creating an adapter for application called Asana. It's a sort of a it actually improves how you actually work on a project. It's a project management efficiency software, and you'll be able to actually, that's what I'm creating. So you'll be able to link all this here. Remember, when somebody creates an adapter, you will be able to actually, when you see all the info, this is all available here. And the publisher info here, this is where you are not able to do earlier, right? You will not only be able to see from OIC homepage, you'll be able to actually identify all this. Who is the partner who has developed it? And you will be able to, there will be details where the customer, any of the 6,000 plus customers we talked earlier, will be able to reach you through the information here, right? So this is ADD. Let's go back to our thing and let us actually update our info section, right? So let's actually pull up. So you have seen that ADD. This would exactly map to what we have seen here, right? This sounds familiar. This is how we talked about these, right? Info schemas and all that stuff. So let's go back to our, and then replace. This is all, you would be doing all this otherwise, right? So it's as simple as, because I've already created all this to make the demo quick. So that way we can focus on the core pieces, right? So we have ID and the rest of the stuff is all there. So 2 things to call out is, how do you want to actually go Asana and all that stuff, right? So let's just keep moving. And the next step is exactly the same way. Let's go and customize the connection section, right? So right, custom section. So let's just spend a minute here. What are we trying to do here? There are 2 aspects, right? I'm sure anybody who has created an integration or created a connection for integration, this should be extremely familiar. These are connection properties. What does it need to be? So it depends on the adapter we are building, right? We can customize the connection properties. Here I'm showing just the base URL, and the rest of it is the actual security policy. this section defines that the security policies we want to support. In this case, it's just opcode credentials. I'm exactly going to do that. If you look at my my thing, it is just opcode credentials, right? If you want, you can actually go see other things you are actually going to things you are going to actually be able to support. It comes, example, the SDK comes with bunch of managed security policies, and we will be adding pretty soon custom security, right? The bare minimum to require the adapter is already generated. Okay, so let's go back, think about this one. I'm working with the OIC instance. Let's actually bring that OIC instance. So I'm working with the OIC instance. It's already there. And let's go to design. This is where you would see the adapters, right? So let's. So what are we doing here? So I am, as you guys have seen, I was registering. I had only one instance I'm working with. So you will be actually doing exactly the same thing, where your configuration file is going to define which. I have two OIC instances I have defined here, right? I wanted to have a backup because it's a demo. So otherwise, you will be as a dev, as part of the development, you'll be working on only one adapter. So, I mean, one OIC. So let's assume it did come back. Fantastic. So Asana is the adapter I want to be able to deliver. So what did I do so far? So going back to our VS. So I'm at a point where I have created my ADD document. I want to make sure my ADD, this is the step that is, it is as simple as this, right? Which is, I want to make sure my ADD document. What did I do? I have Postman collection. I convert into ADD. ADD really forms. All I have to do is register the ADD, and the adapter is showing up. And I've just shown you the instance I'm using where Asana doesn't exist. So before I publish, these are the two commands only we have to use. Before I publish, I want to validate. I want to make sure I get a good job here, right? And the next step is, which means what? It is all valid. Your syntactic. Remember we talked about syntactic, semantic validation. So it's going to actually confirm. And the next logical step is I'm publishing this. When I publish, what is it going to look at? It's going to look at the instance I am pointing it to and say publish, right? Let's assume it says it is published. Let's go back to the instance and go back and search for Asana ID. Right? So we are still fixing this bug, but you are able to see actually. The thing is, let's actually call out a couple of things, right? Pre-installed. And pre-installed is what? These are the adapters Oracle has already delivered. They are called factory adapters, right? Previously, if you were doing a custom adapter, there is no way to look at it. And when I say local here, which is the one I have created, which is the one I have created. When we say local, what it means is it is actually just available for that instance, right? It is just available for the instance. See the other aspect of it. I have released V1 of it. Where did I specify, hey, I have delivered V1? It is all done in my ADD, where I have delivered. It is going to be the information I'm going to deliver. It is a V1 version, right? Somewhere, yeah, the version I've delivered. Now, what happens here? We are at a point where the adapter got installed on this instance. Now, you can, as a partner, directly work with your customer to make sure this adapter is only available to them, right? But we want to take it to the next level. So, how much development time did it save you guys? Right? It's a custom adapter development is like, I could be creating, because we started using RAP for the last 3 releases on OIC side. It is actual development itself, once we figure out what we want to expose and all that stuff, is just a 2B for adapters to however complex they are, right? The key thing is, so at this point, we have support for only REST. So any endpoint that exposes REST, we will be able to actually do that. So now let's go to, I want to take it to next level, which is, I have given my customer, you all worked with Oracle, right? So let's go to the presentation again. So we have seen these security policies. So other things are what? There are three, these are the business objects, right? Remember workspace and two other business objects. And we have called out two operations. Depending on the object, we have called out two operations, two actions that we will be able to actually make it part. For folks who have created an integration, this is how we are going to actually generate all these things, right? So now let's go back. What did we do so far before we go into the consumer experience? How does, there are two ways, right? Let's say if you are just working with your customer one-on-one, you will be able to go take it and really install it just for their instance. That's exactly what I had done earlier, right? So what is the total end-to-end experience so far, what we had seen so far, right? One is partner, you're already OPN'd and you're going to submit a proposal, and post-approval, you're going to do test locally and all that stuff. But you want to take it to the next level. You are going to submit the RAP artifact to Oracle, which is again, we'll continue to make enhancements where it is going to automatically come and set up in into integration store directly through our Oracle Cloud Marketplace. That's something which we'll talk in a minute. And you will have option to see and how it is staged in integration store. We'll have an option to go see in this, right? And then post review by Oracle and approval, it will go live on integration store. Restricted is, you don't want all the customers. You will have branding and everything on the homepage of OIC for all the 6,000 customers and growing, but you don't want any of these customers to install it. They have to reach out to you and you will negotiate the monetization aspect of it and give them a key to install, right? That option one. But hey, this is like for my branding, I want to stay on the home page. I want to make it free. You are going to actually expose this without any. So these are the two ways customer can do that. Let us see that in action, right? So what did I do so far? I'm worked with Oracle, published into integration store. Let's look at the consumer aspect. What is consumer persona, right? End user, I can either search in integration store. What does that really mean? And I will be able to see, and I'll be able to install either through a key or through gallery. So let's get going there, right? So let me go. Right, and all of you are familiar with, this is about 2 years old right now, store, it's becoming old. What does this store have? It has a ton of content that gets delivered out of box to Oracle Integration Cloud, right? So it has combination of accelerators, which is another area, like I said, we will, in one of these meetings next time, we can go deep dive on accelerators. But for now, you can see, you can deliver, you can see the partners delivered ones all show up here, right? So let's take example of the adapters we have built, right? Let's assume that you work with Oracle in the adapter I just created, and Oracle has already published it, right? You can see other partner has already published it, and it is available for free across any of the SaaS, because it tightly gets integrated with SaaS. They want this adapter to be available for them to integrate to their core product, right? If you look at it, this is one I have published. It is going to say adapter by partner, and in this scenario, I made it. I made it. So what I'm going to do is So looks like this has already. Let me see if the second instance has it. Okay, so here, let's assume that this customer, so while this comes, let's go back to this. We talked about the home page, right? The store. And let's go through the same experience again. Type adapter. So you see, there are other things available, right? There are business accelerators, which you will also have. So let's assume you're focused on adapter. Asana. So you see, this is staged. It means the customer is not still going to see this. The customer will see when we productionize it, because we want you to validate and ensure that everything is good to go, right? Let's assume I want to test it now. So again, you are in a OIC homepage. This is the homepage. All the 6,000 plus customers will go end up on that side homepage, right? By clicking on get, so let's go back and make sure if this adapter exists here, right? It doesn't. So let's go back to our homepage again and try to get it. And then I'm going to, these will be your partner terms, Oracle terms and partner terms. You're going to get it. And what is it doing? It is installing in this specific OIC instance, right? Now, if I go to adapters and I go to Asana, it did show up here, right? And it shows up as third party, and it will, we are still improving this where it's going to call your name and all that stuff, right? So, and let's look at the details of this one, right? Asana. I want to actually take it to the end of how much time we have. We have 11 minutes. So, but let's actually go quickly see. These are the details. Remember, we talked about the two aspects, right? This and this. So the next step is what? So let's actually see this in live action. We want to prove that it is going to work exactly same. And what do? I will start with a OIC project, right? I want to start with a project. So I will get a car file. So for making the demo quick, I already have my car file created. Let me grab it quickly. So right. So the thing is, it is OIC project based, which means you are going to get a single pane view of everything and anything happening on this pane, right? This is just because it's a test, it has one integration and multiple connections. So REST is already configured. See, this is what this is all about, right? We want to see the same behavior. You had seen, this is what you had set in your thing, and you have set code credentials. So I want to connect to an Asana instance. So client ID, and two things to call out are some of the things I can make it hidden, and in this scenario I've made few of them hidden. So you will so remember test a connection. Let's quickly go to our thing. So if we talk about test a connection, right? Test a connection flow. So you would define what is test connection flow. We are saying get all users. So this is all defined this ADD. Remember that design and how the adapter is going to behave is all generated in the JSON ADD file, adapter definition document. So now test it. If it is successful, it proves in credentials, not sure. Oh, because it's a three-legged OAuth, it needs to be authenticated. So now, yep, the test connection is successful, which means the adapter we have just created in the last 30 minutes is working fine, and I can save this integration. And let's quickly validate in runtime. I want to talk a lot more, but we just don't have time. So you can activate this and run this, right? It is REST trigger, so I'm not going to actually care much to go into integration. It's triggered off REST, and I'm invoking Asana here, right? So let's assume that it is running. Let's run it. So remember, we are using get workspaces. Do I need to pass anything? No. I'm triggering off REST. I'm actually calling my test connection to go get me all workspaces. So let's summarize. It works beautifully, right? So let's summarize what have we done. We have taken just a Postman collection, created an ADD out of it, which forms the baseline for creating the adapter. We created an adapter out of it. We actually used that adapter to create a connection, and we actually mimicked the end user experience, right? How will the end user see it? It is available on their store directly. It is available on their store, right? In this case, you didn't choose to make it production yet. So let's walk through. So in this case, you didn't make to choose to production yet. You have just staged it, right? Once it is production, the experience is exactly going to be same. If it is paid, they are going to contact you. Oracle is not going to be in business and of the revenue model right now, the initial releases. Post we integrate with Cloud Marketplace, this all is going to come free for you all. So, and then adapter gallery and do all this stuff, right? So now, what is the future marketplace direction? So the producer experience is you are going to, just like some of you publish it into marketplace today, you will be able to actually do the RAB adapter in the marketplace. And we are working, there is a cool project we are working with marketplace across the board, both for accelerators and this, where your end customer will be able to actually install it from within the marketplace. And if they don't have OIC yet, it is going to even spin up a OIC instance. Yes, it is going to be a Jan 2025 release project, but we are actually excited to take the experience to the end where the customer will be able to actually spin the instance directly from Cloud Marketplace, they are going to start as partner you. They are going to go to Cloud Marketplace. Hey, this is a Salesforce adapter by this partner, and you will take it to the end. That's that way, right? That's what we are looking at. We are looking at a single click experience. And development, it's all available. It's all very well documented. There are a bunch of videos. Madhav has created a lot of content, and our docs team also has created a lot of content. There are blogs available to be able to deliver these adapters, right? And we also have partner Slack channel exclusively for this, where Jürgen, Madhav or I will be able to answer, or any from my team also will be able to answer anything. And we want you to be successful, not only creating these adapters, but there is so much monetization options, right? I'll not go into these details, but the key thing is, in short term, if you see, there is this feature marketplace integration. And in near term, we are going to have support for non-HTTP protocols. And all the features that we release on OIC, like private endpoint, all the stuff is also around the corner, will continue to make an answer. So what are the opportunities for you all, right? Monetization. So you can partner with us. We'll help you deliver not only your hand, you don't even need help to actually build RAB adapters today, right? You can do it for your customer, just provide it on their instance, or you can make it global, brand it, and ensures that you will be able to even monetize not only the adapter, the pre-built integration also concept is going to be seen. Obviously, improved visibility. We have 17,000 OIC instances that continue to grow, and we have about 6,000 plus live customers, and it's going to show up with your brand on it, right? And needless to say, as you build these adapters and also accelerators, your time to market is going to be tremendously improved. Your visibility and bringing in on additional setup is going to be tremendously improved. Call to action, get trained, reach out to us. Any help you want, we are here to help you out. And build your adapter, get it into integration, work with us. We'll help you publish into integration store and exhibit your brand on the homepage and enable customers and monetize, right? So likewise, I'm not going to go into detail of this, but you have as many pre-built integrations because, like I said at the beginning, right? There is so much opportunity to actually for all these integrations, which we may not have even insight into, right? And we are not going to continue to invest in coming up with this. That's why we are opening up the whole partner ecosystem for you all to take advantage of what we are trying to build, right? Any adapter that exposes REST today, you have opportunity to build. Obviously, it goes through our approval processes. Once that approval, which is going to be, we promise it's going to be all within the week, right? We want to make sure you're all successful and even deliver these accelerators also. And I'll show you an end-to-end flow of an accelerator next time. But I hope you have gotten clarity, right? So on the complete end-to-end where you take from a core Open API doc and take it to the end where you are going to be able to deliver integrations out of it, the whole end-to-end. Jürgen, that's what I have. Back to you.
Praveen, excellent. Thank you for the nice presentation and the nice demo. That was awesome. So we come to the Q&A in a minute. So Praveen, you can already take a look. And in the meantime, I will wrap up the call. So you saw Rapid Adapter Builder is your opportunity to build your own adapters for your own applications. It's available for independent software vendors, and it opens you the door to the big Oracle customer installed base. We have 30,000 customers. We have 10,000 of Oracle SaaS customers. So if you have customers who want to connect your application to ERP, CX, HCM, or NetSuite, that's the easiest and fastest way to do. It's also a great opportunity for system integrators who want to extend SaaS with pre-built extensions and resell them multiple times, and a new opportunity for service companies. Just think, for example, a shipping company where you want to expose your shipping status in Oracle SaaS procurement. We put together the resource kit. So there you find all the resources, including an overview, how to build your first adapter, the documentation, some blog posts, the presentation, and please make use of the Slack channel. There we can help you directly. If you're not yet a member in the partner community, please register now to get our monthly update, to get invited to future webcasts and the community newsletter. Make use of the website and the blog posts. We as a team write regular blogs, and in part of the documentation you find also some hands-on labs. If you have implemented successful Oracle integration, please submit me a success template that we can also promote you as a partner. So the adapter kit is available at bit.ly/createadapterkit, and for all the other resources, visit bit.ly/links/OIC. With that, we would like to spend a few minutes for Q&A. And the first question comes from Louis. He would like to know if Rapid Adapter Builder is available on Generation 2 or Oracle Integration Generation 3.
It's only available in OIC 3, Jürgen.
Yep. So you need to be on the latest version, which brings many new features and benefits Oracle Integration 3. And then the next question comes from John, and he would like to know if we have a roadmap available that he knows which adapters Oracle or others are going to build and not to build it multiple times.
Fantastic question. So current adapters is available is obvious, but we want to make sure it's going to be any partner who is going to build an adapter, we want to make them successful. So bring it on and work with us directly. So we'll be able to guide you if that does exist, and if it does exist, in what form, you will always have opportunity to continue to enhance it.
So make sure you talk to the team that we don't build overlooking adapters, and we can guide you on the roadmap perspective. Tassin would like to know if there is an adapter available for Dynamics 365 CRM from Microsoft.
So, as I mentioned in the answer, Jürgen, the partners is always welcome to go ahead and, develop the adapter using this new infrastructure rapid adapter builder. If not, do let us know. We will advertise whether it is in the roadmap or not.
So Dynamics 365 would be a great opportunity for a partner who knows it, who has done it multiple times to build an adapter in our application. Okay, next question is for Ravi, and the question is if you can build adapters also for cloud native services.
Absolutely, yes.
And if you can build it only on REST, or you also support other protocols?
So right now it is only going to be REST, and we have in roadmap to support other protocols. But at this moment it is REST, which should cover comprehensive list.
Then Srijit Nai would like to know if there is a demo available or a blog post for more information.
Absolutely, we can share in the subscribe to the Slack channel. So we will share in the Slack channel. Yes, there is a demo that's already approved for public viewing. Yes.
And in the Jürgen's kit as well, it is available. All the blog posts and everything is available.
Yeah. And do we also have training material available?
We have documentation, and our enablement team is going to actually set up. Not right now, but maybe next 2 to 3 months.
So yes, we are working on called live labs, and they are part of the documentation. So you will soon find those live labs to build your own rapid adapter as part of a guided training. To build an adapter, Visual Studio is required. Is the license free of charge?
Yes, it's free of charge.
And it's available for download, yeah.
Yes.
Madhav and Praveen, are there any other open questions that you would like to point out?
I think we have answered most of the things. I see a few of the questions just popped up. How does versioning and changes in the adapter will be published, and likewise REST API, the native application? Yes, the partners can keep updating their adapters, and they can have the new versions published in the skill store, which is the integration store, and customers can uptake the new versions.
Okay. Then there's a question from James. Will be there a code review by Oracle, or will security issues like secrets exploited be picked up?
Sorry, Jürgen,
yeah, we can barely hear you. So say it one more time.
As part of the submission process, will be there a code review?
There will be code review, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have questions, you can reach out to the team. So thank you very much for asking all of those excellent questions today. You can find us on LinkedIn and social media. Thank you, Madhav, for answering most of the questions. Thank you, Praveen, for the wonderful presentation and live demos. For further questions, you can reach out to our local contacts. Neil Kominski is the product manager in EMEA, Paulo Mota in South America, Ravi Chaplani in the US, Ravi Pinto in India, Steve Tyndall in Asia, or reach out to myself. Make use of the partner resource kits. There you find all the links that we showed you today. And we would like to say thank you for attending today's webcast. Please join us for the next webcast on April 28. Thank you for attending, and please complete the online survey once you leave the meeting.